So yeah, I haven't been here in a while. Have I missed doing this? No, not so much. Have I had a lot going on? No, not so much. I I, I was sick for a couple of days, and what I really want to talk about is the things why I started this channel. What the things I want to talk about. Yeah, I was sick for a little while, which is no big deal. But there's I've been watching so much space weather and things about Three Eye Atlas and all the other comets or whatever that are out there. I've been watching what's been going on with our sun and the things that are actually going on with our sun. Most people are probably not even aware of, they don't even care. But we do have we have an incoming solar storm, which it's we had a plasma filament rip off from the sun, but this one was totally Earth facing, and it's going to hit us in 3 waves, starting from, well, maybe today through maybe Tuesday. Nobody knows for sure how this shit works, which kind of makes you wonder about it anyway. But it is coming. I have, my kids probably think I'm fucking nuts, but do I care? No, I don't. I went to the store and I bought, it's minimal. I mean, if a prepper were to look at me, they would go, oh, you're so stupid. But it's a beginning, okay? I bought 8 cases of water, 2 additional packs of toilet paper, 24 packs, 12 and 12, so just 24. But, they're afraid of running out of toilet paper. I'm not afraid of running out of toilet paper. I know there are other things that you can use for toilet paper when you're homeless. You learn to lose your socks. And their socks are very important. Um, I don't know what's going on in this world. I really don't. I'm also using. I'm taking my money out of the bank. I'm going to stockpile it. I may bury it in the yard. Who fucking knows? It's better than a bank. It's just paper anyway. What the fuck use is it? It's of no use to anybody, truthfully. And if I bury it and I don't get to use it, well, maybe, hopefully, somebody will find it in the future and they can make more money off the money that is even worth. Does that make sense? Okay. So I'm just not going to leave it sitting in the bank. I'm going to leave some in there. Well, fuck yeah. But do you not understand the things that are going on in this world? Oh my gosh. Three Eye Atlas. It is coming from a part of space, okay? A part of space where we got this, what the scientists call the wow signal. Because when the scientist who discovered that signal, he wrote in parentheses around it, wow, because it was just so extraordinary, so different. So it's called the wow signal. And then, eventually, years later, our stupid ass responded and sent it back in that direction. And you know what came out of that direction? Three Eye Atlas. pisses me off when I talk to this AI Gemini thing, and I ask about 3i Atlas, and it just 3i slash ATLAS. Okay, well, why can't you just say Atlas? I don't know. AI may be that smart, but AI may not be that smart. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's another thing that I've recently discovered. I love watching this channel. It's called Jolly, and they talk to these British children, these British kids, and these British kids are trying American foods, sodas, biscuits. I remember when I took my daughter with me, and we went to Uganda for the first time, and we had our layover in London, and we were on British Airways. And the stewardess came to my daughter and, would you like a biscuit? And my daughter has been entranced with biscuits ever since. She was 12 then. She's freaking 33 now. Would you like a biscuit? A biscuit is a cookie. A cookie. We are so different from our motherland, but we are so similar too. Oh, I love Heathrow Airport. Oh my God. Heathrow Airport is amazing. Dallas Fort Worth, man, it kind of sucks. Denver's, it's just too mother. It's huge, and it's huge. I've been through Atlanta. I've been through Detroit. I've been through Dallas. I've been through Nashville. I've been through Memphis. Always kind of like Dallas though, because there's always a bunch of soldiers going through Dallas, and you know I love my soldiers. Whoop whoop. It's not a soldier thing, but you know, I've had a wonderful life. I've had many amazing adventures. I've got many amazing stories. And perhaps, maybe this afternoon, I will talk more about my... Oh my gosh, when I worked on Redstone Arsenal. Oh my gosh. And I was merely 38. But the soldiers on there were merely 19. Oh no, even, oh my gosh. Even, anyway, my history is getting blurred. My history is getting blurred. Because when I worked at the restaurant, I call it the restaurant. I don't want to give the restaurant any fucking credit, because the owner of the restaurant was such a fucking dickweed to my ex mother-in-law. Oh my God, he was such a fucking dickweed. But my ex mother-in-law was a bitch too. I love her. Oh my God, I love that woman so much. You want to talk about a bitch? She's a bitch. She's a fucking bitch. But the owner of this restaurant that we both worked at, and she was my boss, and he turned out to be such a fucking dickweed. She poured her heart and soul into that restaurant. I did too. I did too. I made a lot of money working at that restaurant. I was probably their best waitress they've ever had. Well, next to Cecilia. Cecilia was fucking awesome too. But Cecilia taught me. I had an amazing time working there. It infected my marriage. It did. My first husband had, anyway, we're not going to get into it. My first husband is still a friend of mine. It took 10 years for us to be able to be friends again, so I don't want to fuck it up. We don't talk now, but if we were in the same room together, we wouldn't ignore each other. We would sit down and we would actually chum it up and talk and have a good time. That restaurant was in its heyday. Oh my God. In its heyday. We used, okay, it was an old Pizza Hut restaurant, okay? And so, you know, the size of an old Pizza Hut restaurant. That was the original. And there was four rows of 4 tables, A, B, C, and D is what we called them. And there was 4 of them. And there was a 4-top, a 4-top, a 4-top, and a round 6-top on each. We used to have a line of people waiting outside the restaurant. 2 hours. Waiting 2 hours to get in. It used to be amazing. They started me off as hostess. My mother-in-law hired me as hostess, and I became the hostess with the mostest. And it was entertaining, and it was entertaining to talk to the people and to know their names and keep up with their beer tabs. Which I was like, okay, you want to drink while you wait? Okay, go to the cooler, get a beer cap, put it in your pocket. When you get to the table, put your beer caps on the table, okay? Of course, people didn't always be 100% honest. Can't blame them. But most people were. They would go to the table and they would have a pocket and they would have, like, I don't know, 3, 4, 6 beer bottle caps. And we had a beer cooler that had 150 plus brands of beer. I used to be the one who used to stock the cooler and order the cooler. So we had a massive amount of beers. It was amazing. It was an amazing time in my life. I loved it. It took away from my kids, though. I was enthralled with the money I make. Sometimes I would make $300 a night in tips. I'd also go out drinking after work. And I would leave my children at a friend's house, overnight. Usually, not always. Or at my mother-in-law's because she was my boss. But sometimes she and I would go out together. My mother-in-law, she was not the angel she portrayed herself to be. Oh my God, she was not. The shit I have on her, I love her. I love her very, very, very much. But the shit I have on her, is no different than the shit they have on me now. Oh my gosh. I miss California so much. I miss Robert so much. I've had so many dreams about Robert here lately. I really have. Oh my goodness, the people who I knew, people who are not here anymore. I don't want to make a super long video because nobody's going to watch it, and that's fine with me because you know what, I will. This is my diary. And maybe in my diary right now, I will talk about people like Danny. Or, Jesus. Jesus, I'm sorry. And I found it so ironic that... Anyway. This world is not what we think it is. It's what we make it. My life is beautiful. And one day, Robert will see that too. I think he already does. Matter of fact, I know he does.